The Midday Show, live on QBS.
Today, for another Midday Show, we are going to be talking about decluttering and the powerful impact of decluttering, not just on our home, but on our hearts and minds as well. So we're going to go through the credentials of our guest for this Midday Show. And I want to take you through the credentials of our very special guest. And she is our expert that will be taking us through the powerful impact of decluttering in our lives, in our homes, in our hearts and mind as well. She is a psychologist. She's also a balance, women and parent, as well as life transformation and executive coach. She has empowered hundreds of women and families from around the globe to find their masterpieces in life by navigating through their own potential balance, solutions, and strategies. She's known for her influential stories and powerful articles and educational workshops, as well as videos. And get this, for more than 4 years now, hundreds of people have enjoyed her humorous, genuine, loving, and transformational influence in their lives. We're going to go deep into conversation with our very special guest. Today, we're talking about the powerful impact of decluttering, not just in our homes, but also in our hearts and minds as well. So how releasing what no longer serves us can actually make room for new energy, new opportunities, and a clearer, lighter life. So joining us today is a psychologist, a balance woman, parent, and life transformation and executive coach to help us navigate what decluttering can do to our mental health, and also to unpack the emotional and practical side of decluttering and letting it go. Letting it go. All right? So please help me welcome our guest expert, Rima Dawood. Rima, great to have you here today.
Hi. Great to see you too. Thank you so much for having me.
How are you? How are your days looking like?
It's great.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day today. I'm very well. Seeing you brings a lot of positive energy.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
And you
again.
bringing the pink in your outfit today. That's wonderful. I love bright colors.
Trying to get it out for
Yes,
summer.
For summer,
Yes,
exactly.
Summer is coming.
So Rima, I want to learn from you today, that's for sure. And this is what we know about our listeners who are already locked in as early as now in our conversation. I'm sure that they want to learn about decluttering. What it is, maybe they haven't really identified it, or they're not conscious about the whole process of decluttering or how important it can be in their lives. But can you tell us, what does decluttering mean and why it matters in our everyday situation, everyday life?
Absolutely, Chloe. So decluttering is like, to me, it's considered as, it's whether setting in a chaotic garden when kids are playing joyfully, yeah, but noisy. If you don't have a kid with you, you find it noisy.
Yeah.
Or setting in a beautiful garden or by the beach area, very calm, very quiet. So it's what you choose between. So decluttering is like just emptying spaces for you physically and mentally. When we say physically, it's like cleaning up your space at home. And of course, there's tons of results for that. Or clearing up a space in your mindset or your mind for other things to come, or other thoughts or inventions, or whatsoever you call it. I don't know how to start with identifying decluttering, but it's, I think, the most important, let's say, tool for a happier life and a balanced life. Very simple as that.
I love that.
Yeah, it's very simple, but we just need to get into it to see how important. Yeah, it's very important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is just a side note now, picking up from what you've just said. There are some people who can operate quite, I would say, satisfactorily in an area. I'm talking about a physical space where it's messy. However, though, one thing I have understood about myself early on, even when I, as a young, maybe a teenager, is that I can never study, think well if my room was a mess. If I didn't have a really nice place to sit in that's neat and tidy. And somehow I thought to myself, am I a freak? So I'd like to understand that more about myself now in this conversation that we're going to get into. Now, Rima, I'd like to ask, what do you think so many of us hold on to things that we no longer use or need? And then I have a follow-up question about that later. But first, why is that so? Why do we hold on to those things?
It's the fear of missing out. Have you heard about the FOMO?
FOMO,
That's
for
the
sure.
new terminology for the teenagers, the Gen
Yeah.
Z. First, it's the FOMO, I think, is the fear of missing out on things and also on people, Chloe. Like
Yeah.
Chloe, how many people don't leave or don't let go of people because they don't want to miss them in their life or they don't want to lose them. So
Yeah.
it's a both. But to me, it's a big loss if you keep things around you and you don't declutter them just because you're feeding of missing them.
Yeah.
Or, oh, there's something called like, oh, maybe what if I need it in the future? What if I need it tomorrow? What if I need it for the camp later on? What if I need this? What if I need that? So people hold on onto things because they have, like I'm not going to say less self-esteem, but I'm going to say they're less confident about themselves
Yeah.
or about their future, and they have the fear of the future. This is very common, and I see it with my clients also. People hold on to things more than they hold on to their children. You won't believe this, Chloe. Oh, they do. Oh, they do.
Wow.
And they tell me, oh, Rima, I think I'm OCD. Can you treat me? I said, like, this is not
Wait,
OCD.
they have diagnosed
Oh, this is
themselves?
not OCD. How did you diagnose yourself? I
They went online to check?
Yes, on YouTube or on social media or on TikTok
On
nowadays.
TikTok,
I think, yeah.
wow.
So it's the fear of the future mainly. People fear that, oh, if I got rid of this shirt, oh, I'm going to need it later on.
Yeah.
That tells me a lot of your personality.
Yeah.
And now there's a lot of, I think it's 1 million, not a ton, of studies that's going on in the US universities and in Korea about having declutter. And we're going to come to this later, but
Yeah.
because you asked me this question, decluttering is one very important factor that leads me to your personality traits. It's a lot of studies.
There's a linkage, isn't it?
There is.
Okay.
There is. Like me personally,
Yeah.
I can
Some-
analyze
yeah.
persons, like the person by
Yeah.
what they like, what they hold on to,
Yeah.
how they let go of things and of people.
Yeah.
So that's very important, Chloe.
That's quite shocking to me when you
It
said
is.
that. That most parents find it easier to let go of their children than things they've had for so
yeah.
many.
Oh, yes. I coached many clients on that. You won't believe it.
Wow.
It's unbelievable.
Okay. That blew my mind. All right. Is there a deeper emotional reason behind it, though, aside from the sentimental value, or like when it's from a parent's belongings or it was passed on to them, like
Yes.
like an heirloom?
Well, let's begin with this. Of course, it's very nice to hold on to things that are really sentimental from my mom, from my parent, from my friend. That is another thing. That's
Yeah.
another story. Of course, you keepsake stuff, right?
Yeah.
All of us, I think, have things that we kept
Yeah,
from
we
friends,
do.
or especially people like me who travel the world, or
Yeah.
like any other people. It's nice to have souvenirs from everywhere, from everyone.
Right.
But the fact that you can't let go of things that are not meaningful to you,
Yeah.
or doesn't even have a value,
Yeah.
this is when the problem is really there. And people have issue with that. I mean, it's a real holding on problem
Yeah.
when people have it. So I think people think, like, if I get rid of what Chloe gave me last year, she might be upset with me.
Angry.
She might get angry. She might get
Yeah.
sad. Our relationship will be broken or something like that. This is very much related to the self-esteem you have.
Yeah.
And trust me, to the upbringing you had in your childhood.
Oh, wow.
I
This
think you're
goes
gonna hear me
really
saying a lot of this word. I link everything to upbringing of the person.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I just knew it. I just knew this was going to be profound. Now, Rima, is there a connection, though, between our physical space and our mental or emotional well-being? I'm sure, like you've mentioned, there are studies that prove that there are. But can you walk us through if there's an actual connection between those aspects, physical space and mental as well as emotional being?
Yes, Chloe, that's true. So when you have a messy or a chaotic or a cluttered space, no wonder you won't be focusing or you won't feel relaxed.
Yeah.
And guess what? The most important factor is that affects a lot of your relationships. A lot of your relationships in life.
Yeah.
So look at this. If you have clutter in your life, your anxiety and stress level are much, much higher because clutter
Yeah.
increases your stress level, increases our cortisol, the hormone of stress, right?
Right.
It increases it. Unknowingly, it is linked to it. People tell me, oh, why is it linked together? Because it is linked together because our human brains, and that's after tons of studies and researchers found that our human brains are wired to unfinished tasks, not to the finished ones.
Yeah.
Like, let's say today you're playing football, right? Or whatever, you name it. And then you have a messy house in the back, and it's in the back of your mindset,
Yeah.
or the back of your brain. Like, oh, my house is messy. You won't focus on your football.
Yeah.
You
You'll keep thinking about the
you keep
mess
thinking,
at home.
oh, I need to go back to my house. Oh, I need to clean up this. I need to tidy up that.
Yeah.
It's because the human brains are wired to the unfinished tasks.
Right.
And this is a very well-known study for a very known philosopher, not a philosopher actually, a psychologist, very old psychologist. She said, we are magically linked to our unfinished tasks. That might blow off your mind, but it is. It is the fact. So when you have an unfinished task, you'll be linked to it. And that, can you imagine this on a daily basis? That adds on a lot of stress and anxiety to your life, daily life.
Yeah.
Also having clutter in your life, adds a lot of, let's say, I'm not going to say blindness, but it does affect how you see things, how you see people and how you meet others.
Right.
And people ask me, why is that? I say, because it's not clear. Because again, we go back, your mind, your brain is linked to the unfinished task that you left behind you.
Yeah.
Any unfinished task, not only the mess, not only the laundry, anything, even if it's a paper, like a pile of papers on your desk.
Yeah.
That's another chaos.
Yeah.
Going back to the relationships.
Yes, please.
Oh my God.
Unfinished task with our relationships.
So I coach now the executives, right? And the leaders, specifically the parents leaders or the parents executives. They couldn't believe how much of people they let go and they left their lives because of both ways. It's because they had people who are cluttered or chaotic, or because they were cluttered, they had clutter or they were chaotic.
Yeah.
So when you have a cluttered house or you have a messy house, you won't invite people over, Chloe, won't you?
I would be a bit embarrassed if I hadn't vacuumed yet or haven't, done the dishes.
And guess if you do this every day,
you
say, tomorrow. And that lead me to another thing, procrastination. When you see a messy house, me personally, if I see a messy room, I say, okay, I'll do this tomorrow. And tomorrow adds on and adds on.
Let me guess, a pile of clothes that you need to fold would be, oh my gosh, that's my bane. I don't like that at all. But, I need to get it. I need to get to it anyway. So
I'm going to tell you a secret.
But I do procrastinate for three days or so. But
tell
me the secret.
I'm not a procrastinator ever.
You're not?
I'm not.
Good on you.
But I became the last year I moved. Before I moved from the US, I was like, I need to go to Qatar. I need to go back to my home countries, to my world.
Yeah.
I need somebody to help me, Chloe.
Yeah.
I was tired. That's another factor of it also. People, specifically women, get messy or chaotic when they don't have help.
That's true.
It's not luxury anymore.
One person can only handle so much.
You have kids. You're a working mom.
Yeah.
Even if you're a freelancer, even if you're whatever you're doing, you need a help.
Yes.
So it's not by choice that you become a chaotic person or a cluttered person. You need help. So when you have a cluttered house, you won't invite people over. So you will start to say, I don't have time now to go clean my house or declutter my room. Oh, let's go have coffee outside or dinner outside.
Quick solution.
Quick solution. But then it's linked in your brain that, I have a messy house in the back. It's very linked to the mental declutter, and to me, physical clutter brings you the mental cluttering as well.
Yeah.
So once you declutter your house, your space, your office, even your car. Oh my God, cars.
Everybody gets in their car day in, day out. Let's not even go there now. Not okay. Can I tell you this, Rima?
Yes, go ahead.
They do say that there are certain types of people who look at their cars as an extension of themselves or an extension of their homes. So if they keep their homes clean, if they keep their homes tidy, somehow you will see this person driving around with a really nice, sparkling, clean car, because that's where you spend most of your hours on the road right? You drive around, you get to your destination, to work, to a school run. But somehow, like you said, life gets in the way, and your car too might be one of those messy things.
See, all your journey in life is a reflection of everything.
Yeah.
It's a cycle. It's
all branched together.
It's all together. I mean, you can't skip this and say, I'm perfect in this. No, you cannot. It's not that you have to be perfect in everything. No, not at all. I'm not with perfectionism anymore in my life at all, because I was a perfectionist. And then that's, I think, why I become one of the reasons I became a coach and a counselor before a psychologist. So I think that's not linked to perfectionism, but it's linked to a discipline and a lifestyle.
Yeah.
And it's so much relieving.
Yeah.
It's like clean. It's like you see everything clear and clean. So this is very helpful and very, let me say, very, how am I going to say this? Very, not motivating, but maybe inspiring for production.
Right.
It helps you a lot be proactive and productive. So these are very important for any person.
I want to jump back in with this question. It's easy to buy stuff, and we know this. You have money, you work, you reward yourself, you buy something nice, right? But harder to let go of stuff in an ethically responsible way. What are the moral and practical as well as sustainable implications of, disposing stuff. You have to let go and remove these stuff from our lives. Yeah. Tell us about this. Is there an ethical, responsible way, a moral and practical, sustainable implications of disposing?
Well, let me go back, Chloe. I don't think you started with it's easy to buy stuff. I don't think it's easy. I think we decide to make it easy.
True.
It's not easy at all. Well, yeah. Nowadays it became so easy. And so frustrating easy.
Consumerism.
So bad. In a bad way.
Yeah.
I mean,
have you been shopping online?
Oh, I have. I always do, but I don't go crazy.
I know. I try my hardest.
I know. Like it's just to see Amazon knocks your door and have these boxes. It's so fulfilling,
convenient,
so satisfying, right?
Yeah. Isn't it in some parts of the country now they just deliver via drones?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can do that now.
Yes.
So I'm like, it's.
Can you guess how much easier it's becoming now?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it's not easy to declutter, and it is an ethical thing.
Okay.
And that's why when I told you before the break that it is a lifestyle or it's a cycle that's unending. It's not like you have an OCD or you're a perfectionist. No. It becomes a cycle of life and it becomes a principle.
Right.
When things become principles in life, they are ethical and they are legit ethical. But how many people think about that? How many people take that into consideration? I think not too many, because we don't have this as a culture of human nature. I mean, not of any other thing, but human nature don't have this as a culture. There's something called loss aversion, Chloe, that I want to talk about today.
Tell me about this.
It is a very complicated whole course that I studied in psychology, and I teach it to my clients, my very, very ethical clients only, and executives specifically. That thing tells everybody that we have a displeasure as a human beings when we let go of things.
Okay.
So that displeasure is much more stronger than the pleasure that we have when we buy things or when we possess things. Yeah, it's a possession. I'm not gonna say trauma, but it's a possession stigma. Let me say this way.
Like owning an item or a property.
Yes, owning even people. You see it among people now.
I was gonna say.
You see it among people.
My
like
gosh.
You meet someone today. Let's say
We're possessive of people in
you
our
meet
lives.
someone. Maybe that person is very nice, very kind, but it's just like there's no chemistry between you and him, or you and her, and you decide to go away, right? Mm-hmm. But that person doesn't let you go. It's like he needs to possess you, because he said, "Oh, I love that person. Why he didn't like me?" Oh, it's not about I like you or you hate me. So it's not a hate or love relationship, but it's like sometimes you need to let go of stuff and people because maybe the space wasn't right, or the distance wasn't close enough or far enough sometimes. So the displeasure we have when letting things or people go away from our lives is worse and more than the pleasure we experience when we buy things.
It's this disproportionate then.
Yes, it is. And this thing we call in psychology loss aversion. It's when you lose something and it does convert in your life to pain. Okay. And that's when you need ethics to interfere in your life and to put you in a discipline. Yeah. And that's when coaching, counseling, and therapy and then psychology come into place. People ask me, how can you help me in my, for example, everybody's talking about the Hermes and its candles, about the brands, right?
Yes. Oh,
which
this
I'm
was
very
a
happy
huge news.
I am so happy.
When it landed the pages of the internet, people went wild.
You can't believe the happiness I am in. I was talking before yesterday about it in my stories. It's not because I don't buy adult brands.
Yeah.
Or I hate brands. No, but I hate the way the people are longed into it now or are really attached to it now. Yes. In a very cheap way. Well, now people buy very expensive high-end brands, but in a very cheap way. Yeah. Do you see the link in that? Yes. So this is ethical. This needs a lot of ethics in your life to know how to buy things or to let go of things or to invest. Yeah. Somebody tells me, you need to invest in the Hermes. I was like, invest? What? Excuse me? I said, hold on. That was a friend of mine last week. I was like, I'm not going to be educated on that. I don't care. I was like, I'm not going to invest in a leather bag.
This is a friend you're having a conversation with.
This is a personal friend of mine. I was like,
and then the topic of investing on a bag came up.
Yes.
Wow.
I was like, I'm not going to
Walk
invest.
me through. I mean, how did that conversation go down?
So we were talking about brands and decluttering, actually. We were in a nice, friendly setting. And then now she said to me, I want to ask you a question. Of course, I'm always on the spot for questions from friends, but I love that. I mean, I'm here
the
to help.
psychologist friend.
In me, that always comes out. So, and I love that. I'm all up for that help. I mean, and she said, how do you balance, like, maybe having some money but not buying this brand? How do you manage not showing people what you have or having what you like? Because I love custom and handmade stuff, right?
Yeah.
I appreciate handmade a lot, even if it's a penny or if it's a 10,000. So I support that because I believe when you do something by hands,
yes,
you
there's
put
something
all your love into it.
True.
So it's not something easy.
Handmade.
And it's not a cheap thing. People tell me it's a cheap thing. I said, it's not cheap to make things customized. It's very expensive, even if it's
artisanal.
A penny. It is very artisanal. So I was like, I mean, it's not I don't care about people, but I care about what I like to show people. And she was like, your words make me fearful. I was like, no, because words are very important. Your words turn into your actions in life. So this is very important. So I was like, and then we started talking about the brand, the Hermes, the scandal. I was like, I don't think those brands, with all respect to everybody who buys or purchases that for themselves, not to show people, I don't think those brands are made for the rich people at all.
Why is that so?
It is because rich people don't spend money on something that's, I'm going to say it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
What does it add to you if you have a high brand purse now, Chloe, today? Okay, it's nice to add to your outfit, to your colors, whatever. But you can buy the same one for a more cheaper price, but you still show your style, right?
Yeah.
So having that bag that maybe next year will be outdated.
Yeah.
Or maybe
it'll be last
burned,
season.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't tell me it doesn't get burned. It does. But what does it add to you? It adds to my style, the exterior. It doesn't add to me interiorly or internally.
Yeah.
So rich people, real rich people who were self-made or degree made or scientifically made, not the new money made people, which we have a lot of them now, don't care about those exterior things. They care about the inside. They care about how can I pay this money to upgrade something in my mindset. How can I do more of a growth mindset? How can I do more of this course?
Right.
How can I do more from this degree? How can I do this office more productive, or just be up to date with the technology?
With the times, exactly.
So this led us to another topic, but it's also interesting.
Yeah.
So when you come to declutter I don't blame you today if you tell me I have a brand, high expensive brand bag that I cannot throw away. Of course I'm not going to blame you.
Yeah.
So when you possess something, you need to know that the value matches your need.
Yeah.
So do I need this value? Do I need this need? So it has to match together. Like, okay, I need a purse, for example. We're women. I mean, I'm the most one who loves to wear stuff and buy stuff and, style everything. But just reasonably and sentimentally. Like, lately, I decided not to buy anything that does not mean something to me.
Wow.
Even if it's this blazer.
Yeah.
Even if it's a ring, whatever. It just has to tell me something.
Yeah, it has to stand for something.
It has. Even the shop I buy it from has to have a cause for something.
Yeah.
Even if it's like supporting birds that fly over, whatever. It just brings the meaning to your life. So you live meaningfully.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of things that.
So this is the ethical side of being a consumer.
Very ethical. And sustainability is like, when you buy something, it has to be sustainable, or it has to bring you something sustainably.
Yeah.
Like happiness, balance, or supporting a friend business, or actually your mom's picture that you see every day that brings you your mom's love. Like something very sustainable.
Yeah.
And I think people need to start looking at this topic specifically, or this approach in life seriously.
Yeah.
It's not that I need to clean my house because it needs to look clean. It's not about cleaning at all. Not only cleaning.
Yeah.
It's about a lot of things. And you also, again, I'll go to my main specialty part, the kids. It teaches your kids a lot along the way.
Yeah.
A lot of discipline.
Yeah. And if this is something that they grew up with,
yes,
it will be ingrained in their young minds.
Absolutely.
And carry that all throughout their lives.
And guess what? I have 3 boys, right?
Oh, you do?
I have 3 handsome boys. And every day I teach them something. I say, I'm not teaching you this for today. I'm teaching you this for your wives later on.
Yes.
So they pray for me and they say, you raised them well.
You raised them well, Mama.
Yes.
Mama.
We raised the man for me.
Yes.
That's very important, actually.
Yes.
So
that's wonderful. See, this is the the female empowered person that you are in you, that you think about that in the future for them.
Yes,
so you do this for their future partners too.
Everything we do now is for
this
the
is
future.
very sustainable.
Yes,
and
very
then they come
sustainable.
to you, their future wives, and
Yes,
thanks you too.
yes, it's very. I mean, everything I do today is for the future, and everything you do today has to be for the future. It's not for today or tomorrow only.
Yeah.
I just don't like to live in the past. You know, like there's a very nice sentimental thing I coach my clients when we do think about decluttering or cleanliness in life or OCD or whatever of these. Let's say traumas in life or stigmas. I honor the past. I trust my present or today, but I'm not gonna be worried about the future. I need to plan for the future. I respect my future, but I'm not gonna keep this phone today because I'm scared tomorrow maybe I need it. No, I'm gonna be hopeful for the future and from the future, and I want to see what the future holds for me. Right, so I love to honor the past, but I don't like living in the past because it doesn't come back. It's gone. But I want to live today and plan for tomorrow.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
as everyone should. Which brings me now to because now that you've placed that mantra in our minds, let's talk about those who feel stuck. Okay, so maybe they can't get out of the past. All right, unsure of which stuff needs to go. For instance, how can they start the process of decluttering without feeling overwhelmed? Because I could imagine there are some TV shows in the past that I've seen where, people cry. They really bawl like a baby, being placed in a situation where they have to decide whether this one goes or this one stays. I'm talking about their possessions. For those people who, or maybe somebody out there is listening and might be in the same situation now. How do they even start knowing that this is supposed to stay or it has to go somewhere and, they have to let go of the possession? What's the first step there?
Yeah. You're not going to call me crazy?
No, of course not. Of course not.
No. First thing is I'm telling you this because I'm telling you what I'm going to say. It's going to be like, it's going to sound like crazy, but it does help. It's helped me before, so it's going to help you today.
Tell me.
So first of all, we need to start very small, very small. The problem nowadays with people, Chloe, because of so much information they see every day, so much videos, so much content, so many advices, let me say, and tips here, tips there. Last time I saw a video of how I can drink my water, I was like, please stop, or no, please stop.
And how it has hydrogen.
I know, so people get overwhelmed, and one of the most important factors that cluttering brings to the mental health is like the overwhelming. It overwhelms you, exactly like you're scrolling down your phone, and you see all this information, all these beautiful girls, beautiful handsome guys, whatever beaches. You get overwhelmed, but you don't know this, so you bring a fog to your brain. The same thing with the cluttering. So you need to start very small, even if you start every day with a small drawer. I don't know if you've read or watched Marie Kondo.
Yes!
I think we all watched it. Oh my God.
Oh, I love her.
That lady.
I binge Marie Kondo.
There's
Rima.
a lot of people like her or women, but she stood out. You know why? Because she was very simple. She started very simple, very small.
She broke it down.
She taught me a lot in my life when I first got married and traveled abroad from my family when I was 22 years old. I couldn't navigate myself. I'm a person I'm a bookworm maybe, so I read a lot, and I'd like to read a lot of not only one genre of books. So when I came to her mind, I was in Moscow that time, I was like, who's this Marie Kondo? And then there was no YouTube back then in 2006.
Picked up her book.
I picked it up from the public library where I lived on an island somewhere in Russia. And I was like, who's this Japanese girl or Korean? Who's this? So I started to look over so I saw the Japanese book.
She is Japanese.
And then I asked the lady who didn't speak English that back then in 2006 in Russia. Nobody still speaks maybe a lot in that island. I mean. And she said, oh, there's an English book in that. I was like, oh, yeah, please. I don't know why. It caught my eyes, although I didn't understand, but I liked her picture. And I saw it was very neat, the cover. It's very neat and minimal,
Minimalist,
right?
yes.
So it was very minimally clean. I was like, oh, give me that. So she gave me the English book, and I started to read it. Oh, my God, Chloe. It changed my life. Although I'm a very organized person myself since I was young. But still, I started to apply those things in my life.
And they work.
And they worked. And they still work. And I still have the book and read it. I have it in Arabic and English now.
Yeah.
And I should read it in Russian, although I talk Russian, but I don't want to
Because
read it in
English
Russian.
is not enough with Mary
It's not
Kondo.
enough. And I always advised my clients when I started coaching and counseling, always advise them with that book. It's very simple. One of the clients one time told me, "Oh, Rima, this is very simple. How I do this?" I was like, just start with it. Yeah, so people are overwhelmed. They think the biggest things you do or the most things you do that gets you to success.
Yeah.
No, the smallest atomic habits that you do.
Yeah.
And there's another book also about atomic habits, very amazing book that everybody needs to read, I think. Atomic, everything atomic goes big, but the big doesn't go small, right?
Yeah.
So you need to start very small.
Right.
Well, the number two that I didn't want you to tell me crazy about is like talk to the item, like Mary Kondo and other stuff other people said.
That's true.
I do talk to my stuff. I do talk to them all the time. And I think parents who don't talk to their stuff don't talk to their kids. And that's, again, another problem in raising children. See, I always go back to my specialty.
Yeah.
You need to talk to everything in life. You need to start talking to yourself first. The self-mirror talk that I always advise everybody to do it.
Yeah.
And don't call yourself crazy at all. You need to talk to yourself, but in a positive way.
Yeah.
And then talk to your stuff. Talk to the item. Look at the item and say, do the 5-minute rule or the 5-second rule, not the 5-minute, 5-second rule. Hold the item very close and just see, if I have you tomorrow, will I still be happy? If it answers, and it does answer, even articles and objects answer people. They have an answer, you'll get there to learn the answer. If it doesn't talk to you, then throw it away.
Yeah.
Just declutter stuff, clean your stuff, clear your spaces. It's very rewarding, very, very much rewarding.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of practices that we do. Very simple. Start small, talk to the item, have the 5-second rule to talk to the item. It's a long list of stuff, Chloe, a long list of rules, of tactics. The very most important thing to me is that when you see a cluttered house or a cluttered office, just talk to yourself about it. Tell yourself, have a plan and say, I want to start.
Yeah.
The moment you realize that you're having a problem is the moment you start solving it. You know, the problem is the realizing it, right? Like
Absolutely.
realizing a problem is have the solution, we always say.
Yes.
So this is the only thing. It's very simple. Just start there. And of course, consult an expert. Call an expert. Call me for help.
Yeah. Especially when
So-
you need this extra
Yes,
hand.
yes. It's always there. And of course, delegate tasks. Ask for help.
Yeah.
Have a system.
Yeah.
Have a paper and a pen. Don't have your phone. Have a paper and a pen. When we write, there's a link between writing, between the nerves of the right hand specifically to the brain.
True.
When you write, it's like you're taking out of things from your brain and throwing it in the trash. It's very important to write things down. So if you write for journaling and planning, it helps you plan. If you write for, let's say, detoxing yourself or, like dumping all these emotions, it helps you. The brain responds to your tasks or to your orders, let's say.
Yeah.
It's very important to delegate tasks, very important to ask for help, very important to plan your day ahead. And I think I'm not going to go deeper because there's a lot of the list is long.
Yes.
But very, very important to start small.
Yeah.
Talk to the item and just see things clean and see the results on yourselves.
I want to talk about the kind of changes, Rima, that people expect in their mental health after decluttering. What is the silver lining here on our mental health when we start the process of letting go of clutter?
Clarity, number one. Clarity, it's very important.
Yeah.
Very important, because the first complaint that I hear from clients now and from friends and family as well
Yeah.
is like, oh, I can't see things around me. I just
Right.
feel I'm blindfold, but I'm not blindfold, but I feel like I can't see things clear.
Yeah.
It's because of all the things that are filling our brains, Chloe, nowadays. Of course, life demands, work, job responsibilities, kids, whatever. It's a lot of things that makes you feel you're overwhelmed.
Right.
So if you come back to a messy house as well,
Yeah.
and a messy office or a workspace, you're also overwhelmed. So you don't see things clear. Let's imagine that you have this office full of papers and you suddenly needed something to give away.
Yeah.
You will take an hour of your time to find that pen or that thing that you need to find away, right? So that adds another stress and anxiety to your day and to your mind, to your brain. So having clutter in your life and in your house is not only for, as we said in the beginning, it's not only for, oh, a nice, perfect house. No,
Yeah.
it's for your brain first.
Yeah.
So clarity is number one thing that people can go away with as a very important result after decluttering their lives. Very important clarities, and people ignore that fact actually, but it's very important and very prominent to have clarity in lives.
Yeah. Now, we're talking about physical clarity, and in the beginning of the show, we got into emotional decluttering as well, and letting go of certain people from our lives. What is the impact of emotional decluttering now to our mental health? How does that impact us?
I'd also say clarity, but in the other meaning.
Yeah.
When you declutter people or even emotions, like let's say now you're, God forbid, somebody's grieving, right? And then you decide that, oh, I'll be grieving this person because I love him so much. I love my brother, I love my father, I love my mother. But you keep in this state maybe for months.
Yeah.
So you're blindfold. You can't see anything in life. You can't see how the life is going now. Your life is stopped at that moment, which I'm not saying is not important. It's very important. I started from a grief. I started the coaching journey from grieving my only brother.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yes, I started from grieving my only brother in life. My best friend he was. But then I said, oh, if I stop here, then everything stops. Everything stops in life. So you don't see further, right? So you don't have any clarity. So once you go forward, I brought grieving as an example because it's very important.
True.
And so is all the examples in life. But this is the deepest one, the deepest important one. That's why I always start with the grieving.
Yeah.
So once you let go not let go of grieving, that doesn't mean I forgot my brother, but I still moved forward.
Yeah.
But I kept the grieving in its place. So
Yeah.
I grieve in heart, right? I grieve when I see memories. So I assign time of my day for grieving. I hope nobody grieves no one, but if you have anything, let's move away from grieving, because now people will tell me, oh, why did you start with that? I started with that always because it's a personal
Yeah, you're
experiment.
taking it as a personal experience.
And it's very, because I did it, you can do it, right? So this is how life works. If you have a friend betrayed you, cheated on you, talked behind you, whatever, let's say this very daily, simple example of life. If you stop right there and don't move forward, so moving forward with a friend, with let's say, a not expected behavior from a friend, it's either I confront him, I talk to him, I text him, I email him, any type of a confrontation, or I block him and move forward.
Yeah.
So I don't prefer the second way. I prefer the first one because I like to be very clear in life.
Yeah.
I like people to have a clear path.
Clarity.
Very nice to be clear and very important to be clear. If you start clear, you continue clear. So if I cross that friend and block him without even confronting him or not blaming, but telling him what happened, what is this, what is my fault, what is your right, and so, I'm not gonna move forward clear.
Yeah.
He's still gonna come back to me, say,
Like
hey, you blocked me.
Like you mentioned before, the unfinished task.
Yes, the unfinished task. So
Yeah.
this is gonna remain unfinished.
Yeah.
So it's still gonna add stress to my life. So if I finish this task clear, and I clear the path, I confront him, I talk to him, we solve this.
Yeah.
So we solve it either by separating or going back together, reuniting, right?
Right.
To me, when something happens, I of course would take the path of separating, but separating on a clear circumstances, right? Or a clear, let's say, plea or something. But when you don't close this task, it's going to come back to your life. And that's the clarity of emotions. Nowadays, people, like, it's another type of the FOMO, of the social FOMO.
Yeah.
That if Chloe and Rima today are invited to a place,
and I think I know where you're going. I think I know where you're going. Yeah, this is a classic example.
This is a very classic,
yeah.
I know, but very important, right?
Yeah.
So 3 other friends would be angry with Chloe and Rima today. But then what they do, they come to the first person who introduced them to Rima or Chloe and blame them. Well, this happens nowadays because of social media.
It's
one.
unnecessary.
Unnecessary. And because of the non-clarity in their lives, not in my life or your life. They don't have a clear life. They don't have, and they won't have a clear life. So they'll come attack me and you, and then a problem will happen. Well, I hope this doesn't happen to you, as I don't let it happen to me, so I hope it doesn't happen to you. But I'm giving you a real example that I suffered with my clients from. Can you imagine, Chloe?
Yeah.
We suffer from this in life now. So it's because of the feeling of missing out on people. So they think that they love this person, but they don't love this person or need it in life. They just need the presence and the fame behind it.
Yeah.
So when you have when you declutter unimportant people from your life, it brings you a lot of clarity, a lot of calmness, a lot of a space for future ideas, let's say, or productivity, or even maybe better people
To come through. Yeah.
in terms of experiences, maybe intellectually better for your life, or for your production in life, or for your whatever you work in life, or even if you're just a housewife,
Yeah.
a mom who's raising her kids. Maybe you'll find another neighbor who's really nice, who have same values,
Yes.
share same tactics in life, same principles, same ethics. To
Yeah.
me, ethics in life are the golden rule.
Yeah.
If you live with no ethics, your life's gonna be messed up. So much clutter in it, so much clutter of all kinds. So, I mean, clarity is number one for everything, emotionally and physically. It's very important, Chloe. And it adds a lot of clear, nice things to your life.
Yeah.
And people nowadays hold on the things that somebody brought them, right? So if I let go of a person, let's say I ended my relationship with ex from my friends, but I keep their stuff. So why I kept their stuff? It's because I want to
have no
remember them.
answer for that.
There's no answer.
Yeah.
It's just less self-esteem.
Yeah.
You're less confident about yourself. So if and nowadays, Chloe, I find that life for people is a love-hate relationship. It's either I love you or I hate you.
Yeah.
But this is not life.
Yeah.
This is not life.
Life is very dynamic, and
It's
so are your
very dynamic,
relationships.
and it's very moderate.
Yeah.
I don't have to love you or hate you. I can respect you, value you, need you one day in my life for something very important.
Yeah.
Just see you and wave hi to you,
Yeah.
appreciate you. It's
Yeah.
just not I love or hate you. Why would I hate someone?
I think that's codependency right
It is
there.
codependency. It is codependency. A lot of it. It's a lot of
That's
it.
a
yeah.
lot to unpack, actually.
Especially among women, because they hear a lot of the strong,
Yes.
independent women, I call it,
Yeah. Yeah, women
in the
have
wrong way. And
women
this
have very
one.
diverse relationships. It's complicated.
I want to say it complicated. It's not diverse.
It's true. And this is why your example was perfect, because
Yes.
I've also experienced that. And somehow you're right. You're right about you can respect people, you can value them, you can love them one day, maybe not like them so much the other. And it's just the way it is. And we just have to learn to be clear with how we communicate.
Yes,
and
communication.
like you, with the two options of whether communicating or blocking.
Yes.
Blocking just does not work for me.
No, it does not work.
Not at all. I still have the mental load.
And guess what? It adds value to the person who you blocked.
Yeah, I
It gives
would-
them
I would
value.
suppose so.
I mean,
that
why would I block
conversation.
someone from my life?
Yeah.
Unless they hurt me a lot or something. It was
Completely
harmful.
toxic.
Yeah, but if it's just like, why would I block them? If I block you today, I'm sorry, I add value to your life and you took from my value.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not this or that.
That's
It's-
a very good
And that's
point.
when balance comes to the middle of
Yeah.
controlling your life.
Now, Rima, you've been giving us a lot of wisdom, a lot of advice. But at this point, I'd like to ask you again, what piece of advice you hope people remember after today's conversation about letting go and decluttering, not just in their homes, but most importantly, in their lives? What do you think what would be the best caveat that you would like our listeners to have?
Simplicity. I would say simplicity, because I think life is very easy, but we complicate it with a lot of things,
Yeah.
with all its aspects. So just people live simple and humble
Yeah.
and start small.
Yeah.
Start small with everything in life. Even if you love someone, start small. Even if you want to clean your house, start small.
Yeah.
Even if you want to give away something, start small. Life does not start big, and no one starts big. Everything starts simple and small. It's not small by the meaning itself, by the size, but by the value.
Yeah.
So when you declutter, start small so you can help yourself build decluttering as a habit.
Yeah.
And small habits build the bigger habits. Then they become actions in your life and they become a discipline.
Yeah. That's wonderful advice.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts about the Spark Joy book?
It's very good for beginners specifically, but
Yeah.
very good for the long run in life. As I mentioned before, I don't know if you heard my story when I mentioned
Yeah.
that. Sorry, I didn't notice the name, but
Yeah, this is from I have no idea.
it's okay.
Yeah.
The dear one that sent this. Thank you for
Yes,
sharing
no
your thought.
namer.
It's a really great book. It's very simple yet very informative.
Yeah.
It's a bit long, I find it.
Yeah.
But you can take the best. As every book, I recommend people when reading books, just take the best that suits you.
the pearls.
Yeah, the pearls that you find that sparks joy for you. Let's say it's a very good book. I recommend people reading it.
Can you also talk about a bit on decluttering your fridge? your kitchen. I think this is one of the places in the house that people have a lot of stress organizing.
I can talk about this for 2 days continuously, not because of the declutter, but because of the healthy, holistic approach.
Yes, true. There is a
I
system
advise
to it.
everybody to declutter their fridges from all the processed food,
Yeah.
mayonnaise, ketchup,
Oh.
oils, whatever. Trust me, it's a money-saving process,
Yeah.
and it is a healthier living life.
Yeah.
And decluttering for you. I know how people's fridges are. I mean, I was like, oh, how do you find your stuff? She said, oh, I don't know. This is
That's
stressful.
one of the worst things that you can say
This
to a
is very
friend's
stressful.
fridge.
Yes, I said it to my friends before in the
Oh my
US.
God.
I was like, how the hell do you take your stuff out of your fridge? She said, I don't know. I know where everything is. I said, I bet
Or
you
do they?
don't. They didn't know where stuff are. She didn't know where she put the ketchup. And I was like, this is unhealthy to begin with.
Yeah.
Well, don't get me wrong. I'm a health freak kind of, but I still have my bad habits.
Yeah.
But I try to balance. Like we try to balance. We're not going to do the things on a perfectionism level, as I said before, but we try to balance as much as we can.
Yeah.
Do you know how bad it is to have this mayonnaise laying over your fridge, like in your fridge over 2 or 3 months, and it's already been stored in the store for ages?
Yeah. Opened and then it stayed and
Even
sat
if
in your
it's sealed,
fridge.
and it's full of oils. Do it in your home. DIY things. It's one of I forgot to say about this.
Yeah.
To declutter is very easy and nice to learn about DIYs, to do it yourself techniques.
Yeah.
This is a very American technique and very nice.
Yeah.
Very helpful in life and very stress reliever. The relief
Yeah.
for people. Yeah. Please clean your fridge today. Take it out. You can invite me and
Yeah.
I'll come clean it for you. Trust me. I'm
You'd be
very
a
organized.
Monica Geller.
Yes, I'll
I
be
just-
Monica Geller.
Okay, a quick anecdote. As soon as Rima walked into the studio and we knew that the topic was going to be declutter, I instantly told her, Rima, I am a Monica Geller. And
said
she
that.
knew instantly what I meant. So thank you to this question. So it's not just the fridge, it's the entire kitchen.
Everything.
And I guess going back to the rudiments of what you had told us or what you had
Yes.
taught us today, just take simple steps, small steps.
Yes.
And I think there has to be consistency too. If you want to do it today, assign another day to do it. Just keep on doing these the small steps.
Yes, very baby steps. Very
Yeah.
important.
We've got somebody here who says, I've held on to so many of my childhood things over the years, according to this listener. Old toys, books, even clothes, because a part of me always thought, okay, one day my future kids might want to see these. Maybe they'll find joy in the things I once loved. But now all of it is starting to take up so much space at home. It's getting overwhelming, and I'm torn between the sentimental value and the need to reclaim my space. Rima, what can I do when the emotional attachment is so strong, yet the clutter is becoming a real issue?
Take a picture. Yeah, take
Okay.
pictures of all your sentimental stuff that you think your kids would care to see later
Yeah.
on. Trust me, this is a very important advice we give to the clients always, and I do it myself. So if I have something that I really like or I liked before, I take a picture of it and I save it. It's also, it makes clutter digitally, but still save you the space.
Yeah.
So later on, you can show your kids whatever you liked, or you can keep one keepsake only from your childhood. You don't need all those clothes, all those shoes, or all those books. You don't need them all.
Yeah.
You can tell your kids stories. Kids love stories
Yeah.
more than things.
Yeah.
And they learn by telling them stories.
Yeah.
Become the storyteller for your kids.
I
Trust
love
me.
that.
This is a very important advice.
I love that advice.
This is after
Become the
experiencing-
storyteller.
Yes, become the storyteller for your kids. This is a story from a mama for 16 years old
Yeah.
now. Not from a psychologist perspective, from a mama's perspective. Become the storyteller for your kids. They learn by example, by stories only. They don't learn by money, by gifts, by all this sentimental stuff. It doesn't matter for them. Generation by generation, these things vanish later on. They don't, if you notice, the kids nowadays, they don't hold on to stuff too much like we used to do
Yeah,
before.
it's different.
Because
My generation is different.
It's different. Things are easier to get now than our ages, than our parents' ages or
Yeah.
generations. So just take a picture and save it if you feel like you really want to show your kids. Otherwise, forget about the picture. Just tell your kids the story about it.
I love that. Journaling would be a very
Oh,
good.
I love journaling. I
Oh.
can't stop talking about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's just quite. It could be quite a lot for people to stay or maintain that regular writing schedule, but there's something to it. It really, like you said, it turns you into storyteller.
Yes, what I advise people that don't like journaling or even writing on a piece of paper, start weekly or bi-weekly.
Yeah.
And then you're not going to live without it.
So twice a week would be a good
twice
place
a week
to start.
Would be a good place to start.
Yeah.
And then it goes to weekly, and then it goes to daily, and then it becomes a habit. Even if you're on the beach, you want to write. You feel like, oh, I need my book. I need to write.
Yeah.
Like you start itching. I'm itching now. It's like you start itching. Like I was on the plane when I came back from my vacation 2 days ago, and I started to write because there was no internet on the plane and my distance was short. And there was a gentleman next to me. He said, oh, can I ask you just a question? I was like, yeah. He said, like, you started by reading, and then you checked your phone, and then you left your phone, and then you went back to reading, and now you're writing something. I said, can I ask you what you work? I said, well, this is not related to my work, but I'm a psychologist, but I love writing and reading since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I see now. Do you mind me if I ask what you're writing about? I was like, nothing, just thoughts.
Yeah.
And I was like, I felt like he thought I'm a crazy person, but then he was like, oh, I was like, yeah, I love writing. And then I turned
your back.
But yeah, he asked me because it's people nowadays don't see people reading or writing. You don't see people reading nowadays.
Yeah.
So get into the habit. It's good.
Yeah, that's wonderful advice. Let's talk about digital distraction. Somebody mentioned that on WhatsApp.
That's another topic.
You want to weigh in on this?
I don't mind it if you have time.
Okay, yeah, we can talk about it.
Well, are they looking for digital decluttering or the distractions only? Let's say.
I suppose, how can you manage digital distraction? Because, there's so many screens in our life now that we have to deal with.
So many screens. Setting times and boundaries is very important.
Yeah.
Setting time is very important. And you will find yourself forced to set times.
Yeah.
Because you can't stay without your phone.
Yeah.
And first thing I do always, personally, I do it, and I advise everybody in my coaching lessons or sessions or the workshops I do, and people do it and they find very good results, is that putting their notifications off.
Oh,
I have
right.
all notifications off on my
Ting
phone.
on your phone. That
Nothing.
sound.
I don't see on the screen. I only leave the text messaging because that's between me and the boys. And I
Yeah.
need to be online with them all the time, but I also doesn't have a sound. I just see the message notification that appeared on my lock screen, but every other notification is off. Don't tell me you're busy. Don't tell me you're a CEO. Even CEOs now, my CEOs now, clients put their phones away and put the notifications off, and they say this is a life changer hack. Because we are blindly connected to our phones. Your brain is connected to your phone without you noticing it. Even if you're studying or working, your phone is like, you're just like, oh, you need to check who sent me something. It's like now, it's like more than important than drinking water.
Exactly. As if it's so important to see your notifications all the time.
Yes, everything starts within you and from you. No magical wand will help you to take off this distraction from you or to help you unless you decide today and now, right when I'm talking now, to disconnect and to give yourself a priority, to give yourself and your brain that declutter from the social media distractions.
Yeah.
Put your notifications off. Keep your phone away as many hours as you can. Set a time between you and your phone to browse your phone or to check your phone or to check your messages.
And just within that time frame.
Make yourself a timer, like 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day. And now it's very easy through the screen time or even an alarm.
Yeah.
You can put a stopwatch or an alarm. Like from 1 to 2, I check my phone. From 7 to 8 in the evening, I'll check my phone. And that's it. Like for me, for example, Friday is off for social media.
Wow.
It's really off. It's family time. It's quality time. I force myself to not post on Friday. Now my followers and friends on social media, they know, oh, Rima's here on Friday. What's wrong? Why are you on social media? I check it. I don't get off immediately, like completely, but I check it maybe in the afternoon before I sleep, and that's it. Because I tell myself, this is work now for me.
Yeah.
So Friday and Saturday has to be, now here because I'm in Qatar now, it's Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
It used to be Saturday, Sunday in the US. But now it's Friday, Saturday. It's like my day off.
Yeah.
For my brain to switch off.
Right.
If you don't switch off your computer 24/7, doesn't it get hard? It gets hot.
Sure.
It gets hot,
sure
right?
is, yeah.
And so is your brain. But because you don't see your brain flaming, you don't think it's flaming.
Yeah.
So just set times and put your notifications off. Please, 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 please. People,
Thank you. And I hope you're getting through to our listeners who needed to hear this advice today.
I hope so.
Yeah. And again, thank you so much for gracing our show, Rima.